time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone. Bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back to Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Big Larry in the co-pilot seat. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, and how are you?
Man, you know what? It is basically, this is the New Year's show.
Yes, right.
Like
okay.
the New Year's Eve show.
Right.
When this show comes out, it'll be already in the new year.
2024.
And you know what? I say to 23, good riddance. And I don't normally feel that way.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but it's been a rough year for me and my family for multiple reasons.
Yes.
And there's been some obstacles, but, you know, we're overcoming.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Yeah. You adapt and you overcome.
Yeah. And I mean, doesn't mean that you know, when those kind of things happen in your life, you don't want to dwell on them. You want to move on.
That's right.
And I see like already 24 is looking really good.
Yes, it is.
We got the TPE 24 coming up. Can't wait to go.
Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Dude. And then we got the Buffalo Run.
Buffalo Run. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, guys. So we have an announcement. And you know what? I'm going to actually make a web page just for the Cigar Talk van.
All right.
We're going to show the progress. Anyway, guys, so you don't know, we bought a Chevy Astro van, a 1992, for $750. And it runs and it shifts like Sam. I don't know if Sam told you, but he was like shocked.
Wow.
Sam is on our race team. He's Alfred. And so I picked him up and took him out to the junkyard. We were looking for some extra stuff. And anyway, he was like, dude, this ride's really good. And I was like, yeah. And the shocks are completely blown out. Like it has to have new shocks. Okay. When you come to a stop, the whole front end dips way down, and then it bounces for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, neat shocks.
Yeah, all the way around. It needs tires all the way around. Okay. But other than that...
Those are safety items. So
yeah. Motor and transmission strong.
Outstanding.
And so that's... When you're buying a vehicle for $750, you're very, very, very lucky to find one with a decent motor and transmission. But then when you find a fucking van, which is what we really wanted.
Yes. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
want to have a van.
We could have easily went and got a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't do that.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah. But now we got a van. Guys, we are going to hook up I don't know, Starlink or something. So we'll have internet on the whole road race. And we are going to live stream it.
Live streaming.
The whole time, if at all possible. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm sure we're going to have some hiccups where, like, maybe we lose internet somewhere. Like if we drive off a cliff.
I could see that happening.
So, anyway, guys, I'm looking forward to 24. I hope you are as well. I hope you had a good 23. You had a damn good 23.
I had an excellent 23. I really did.
I mean, I look at your 23 and I see a lot of positives. Yeah. You started riding a bicycle.
Sure did.
Started getting a little healthy.
Yes, I did.
You drank a lot of good bourbon.
Yes, I did.
You smoked a lot of good cigars.
Yes.
And you retired.
I am. Yes.
And you went home. You saw your son, your mom. I mean, dude, 23 wrapped up really nice for you.
It really did. Yeah.
And for me, don't get me wrong. I had some highlights in 23. You know, I'm not going to say it was a bad year, but I'm ready to move on.
I got you.
And so I'm excited for 24. And I normally don't give a shit. I'm just like, it's another year. I don't care. And I usually don't put things that happen in the category of this 12 months.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's life. Mm-hmm. You don't always remember major moments in what year it was.
Especially you.
Right. Yeah. Was yesterday part of 23? So anyway, hey, let's jump into what we're smoking. I'll let you go first.
Okay. I am smoking the Anonymous by A.J. Fernandez. I've never had this one before, so thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying it so far. Just lit it up. I'm enjoying it a lot so far. I'm surprised. I thought it would be a little more powerful than it is, but don't get me wrong, it's a great cigar.
And it's kind of like a very relaxed, semi-box pressed perfecto. And I was impressed that you were going to cut the tip off the bottom or at the foot because that's what I do. And I was showing somebody how to light one not too long back, and I was like, yeah, dude, just cut that shit off because
you'll get a better burn, I think.
Well, when you light that little tit, it's like you have no idea which way it's going to burn.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? And you don't know how the draw's going to be. But when you clip it just, like you would the top, it smokes so much better.
I cut it off at the foot, cut a little bit off from the foot. It had a great cold draw, and I lit it up
and you can already see it's burning very nicely. Yeah. That's a nice ash. And I'm lighting up the Maria Lucia, which is from Luciano Cigars. Right. This is a gift from Sean. And I love these. Like, I'm going to get us some of these.
Good deal.
And then tell them what we're drinking.
We are currently drinking the Top Floor from Benchmark. This is of highest quality.
$14, people.
$14.
14, and you took a sip, and what'd you say?
Ooh, that's
you were
what
like,
I said.
How much was this?
Yeah. And for folks that don't know, this is distilled, aged, and bottled by Buffalo Trace Distillery. Yes. Yeah, this is good.
It's Benchmark Top Floor, and the thing about it is they tell on it, the top floor is there's many floors in these distilleries where they age the bourbons. I mean, you got to think they've got thousands and thousands of barrels, so it's not just one floor. And when you're on the top floor, it gets hotter up there because heat rises. So if you're, in a building that's like 5 stories, top floor is going to be hot. And it says on here, bourbon that matures on the top warehouse floor tends to age faster as heat rises. This top floor Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey is smooth and well-rounded and enjoyed straight on ice or on your favorite cocktail.
Well, we're going to go straight.
We're going to go straight. So I had somebody at the liquor store and they were asking me about that Elijah Craig, the barrel proof. And I was like, dude, that is lights out good.
And that was good.
And he says, okay, cool, because I'm looking for something to make old fashions. And I'm like, that'll make a hell of an old fashioned.
Yes, it will.
But, you're kind of ruining the bourbon. Yeah. But whatever. To each their own.
That's right.
I mean, I don't tell people how to drink their bourbon, how to smoke their cigars, unless they're doing it wrong. And, I'm right.
Yes.
Right, Rob. Just what some of my employees used to call me. Right, Rob. Right, Rob. He may not be right, but he thinks he is.
Wrong, Rob.
So, hey, guys, we got a great show lined up for you this week. We're doing Cigar Talk's Top 25. I've got mine. Big Larry's got his.
I got him right here.
And we haven't looked at each other's lists. And I just can already know that we're going to have some overlapping because we smoke a lot of the same cigars.
We do.
But we're going to break it down. He's going to give you 5. I'll give you 5. We'll go back and forth until we're completed the list. But we're basically doing a top 50.
Right. Yes.
But I figure with the overlapping, I would be surprised if it's even a top 40.
Yeah. That's going to surprise me, too.
I would think that we have more than 10 overlaps, but I could be wrong. And then we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to give you the Cigar Talk Studio top 10 bourbon list for 23.
All right.
And so you're not going to want to miss any of those. Hey, while we are at it, let's talk about our sponsors right quick. We have Case Elegance. If you need a humidor, quit jacking around. Buy value. Buy quality. Buy a humidor that actually has customer service.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, you don't get customer service with any other humidor company.
Not like this.
I mean, unless you're spending thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
But, like, just the military humidor that they make is $199.
Wow.
I mean, dude, that's a bargain.
That's a great humidor, too.
Oh, well, I mean, they have a humidor for $69 or $59. It's either $50 or $60 or $70.
Okay.
It's the same quality, just smaller.
They put quality into everything they do.
100%. So I mean, when you go on there, they have humidors that range from $60, and they do have a couple that are like, I don't know, $3,500, but those hold like 1,500 cigars. I mean, they're big cabinets, but they do it all.
And they do it well.
They do
it very well.
They do. Hey, look down the show notes, and there's a link for Case Elegance, and if you use that link, you'll get 10% off.
Can't beat that.
It's like a sore dick. Can't beat it. Hey, and then we got, if you look over here for you that are watching on the YouTube channel, look right here. Bam! We got McAuliffe Cigars. One of my all-time, you know what? I would say that McAuliffe is probably my all-time, not even probably, it has been my go-to cigar.
Yes, yeah, that
for years.
Almost as long as I've known you.
Yeah.
Almost as long as I've known you.
And the funny thing is, when I first went to their headquarters, I was invited by the head of marketing. They're like, hey, man, we would love to be on your show. And I was like, hey, I'd love to come do one at your headquarters. And they're like, because I found out they were in Weatherford. Mm-hmm. So I went up there, and I had no idea who they were. I was like, hope these people make good cigars. And how did I not know that I would fall in love with the brand? Because the team, the people, and then an array of cigars that I don't care who you are. If you smoke their entire line, you're going to find at least 1 to 3 or 4 cigars that you're like, damn.
And there's something for everybody's budget.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, well, I'm not going to get into those because it made the list.
Yes, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, so McAuliffe Cigars, if you're not smoking those, you're
missing out.
Yeah, 100%. And then let's talk about Tabanero. We've been doing the $50 giveaway. That has come to an end. But damn, for those of you who won the $50 to buy Tabanero cigars, I would love for you to email me and be like, hey, tell me what you thought of the cigars. Yeah. Excuse me. And I don't even want to bring up the other sponsor yet.
We can wait. We have a little time.
We got time. We got time. So, I mean, without further ado, let's jump into the top 50 cigars of Cigar Talk.
All right.
You want to go first, or would you like me to start?
I will go first.
All right. Go for it, bro.
Okay. So, and these, again, folks, these are in no particular order. Just some cigars that I've really enjoyed this year. Well,
yeah, we're not ranking them 1 to 25 or 1 to 50. Yeah.
We're just talking about some cigars we've enjoyed.
25 cigars of 23 for me and for you.
Ones that we have enjoyed. And so starting off, I have 2 Cohibas on this list. The Cohiba Macassar, which I think was that was to me was kind of almost a powerful cigar, full body. I wouldn't call it a powerhouse, but I call it full bodied though.
Okay.
I found those and started smoking them about 6 months ago, and I have enjoyed every single one. Everyone had a great burn, great flavor.
Nice.
Yeah, just real great cigars, really great cigars.
Now, is that the one you brought me?
No, that's not the one. The one I gave you.
Because the one that you brought me is still in the humidor resting.
I saw it last night.
I'm like, I'm not going to smoke it until I feel like it's ready to be smoked.
All right, good deal. That one was the Cohiba Black.
Okay. See, and I think maybe I've smoked 1 Cohiba in my life. Mm-hmm. No, I take that back. I smoked one I don't remember of the United States Cohiba, and then I had the Bajinki from Cuba as a gift. Mm-hmm. And, to be honest with you, like, people love that cigar. I didn't get it, but my palate was also very young. Yeah. Like, I would love to smoke one now. but they're also very expensive.
We've talked about that before. Sometimes you try a cigar and
Circle back
not
around.
Really. You come back a while, a few months later, maybe even a year later, and I didn't get this before.
Well, I've told the story several times about the first time I had the Padron 1926 Maduro. Mm-hmm. When I got done, I was like,
Yep.
I was like, my LFD is just as good.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that way at all anymore. I'm like, I'll smoke one of those. I've got one of those in here that's been resting.
I have one resting myself. Yeah, and we're going to do that when Vagina is back with us.
Yeah, that's girl.
Yes.
Yeah, guys. So Vagina isn't going to be here this week. I don't know what happened. She was here last night. I think she might have had a little too much to drink.
That's probably why she's not here tonight.
That's what I figure.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
And that could be said for me as well, but I'm here.
You're a trooper. You're a trooper, Rob. You're a trooper.
I'm no quitter.
That's right, yeah. So those two, the Cohiba, the Cohiba Massacre and the Cohiba Black, I enjoyed both of those a lot. And, when I first started this... When I first started this cigar journey, you remember me telling you I was not a fan of Connecticuts.
Yeah.
And one of the things that, luckily, Alfred has turned me on to was the Perdomo Lot 23 Connecticut.
I don't think I've actually had that one.
Man, I enjoy that with coffee.
I will have to give me one of those because I have not had one.
Yep, and they have them at the Leaf.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even know the Lot 23 came in a Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
Good to know.
I think they might be kind of hard to come by sometimes because I know they were out of them for a while. But, yeah, that's a good cigar.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Love that with my coffee. Zeno Platinum, Connecticut.
I have not had that one.
Yeah. I discovered those, same thing, about 5-6 months ago.
Okay.
And that's another one that I typically only smoke those in the mornings. When
And
I'm having
Zeno
coffee.
makes great cigars across the board.
Fantastic, yeah. That's the only Zeno that I've had.
So a few years ago, we had a wager with another cigar show, and it was West End Cigars. That's where the show's out of it. It's called the Straight Cut.
Oh.
They sent us an entire box of Zenos that were made for Arkansas.
Wow.
Like every box had a different city, and they only had 4 different cities.
Okay.
And so they sent us a whole box of those. You know what I did with that? I took the whole box down to the Leaf, and we smoked them.
Wish I'd known you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good times.
Yep, good deal. And then my last one for this segment was the Padron Handmade, the 4000, Maduro.
Okay, good.
Nice solid cigar.
So just so you guys know, like, there's going to be sponsor cigars on this list because if I didn't think they were in the top,
They wouldn't be sponsors.
they wouldn't be sponsors.
Right.
So don't get it twisted and be like, oh, Rob's putting some of his sponsor cigars on the list because they're paying him. It's like, no, that's not why at all. Right. I let them pay us because they have great products.
And you let them be sponsors. That's right.
100%. So anyway, the first one for me is going to be the Don Carlos number 3. It's Toro Fuente, of course.
Okay.
And the number 3 was in the 5.5 inch long by 44. Oh,
you
dig
like that little ring gauge.
And that, oh man, that size Vitola just makes me think, like, when they rolled the cigar, I'm like, they made this one. And then they made some other sizes to make other people happy. Yeah. But for themselves, I don't know if that's true. But I love that cigar. Here's the next one on my list. It's a CAO Flathead 660. Like, that is a phenomenal cigar. And I don't smoke a lot of 6x6.
I was just getting ready to say that.
It's box pressed. Yep. It's delicious.
It is.
And you know what? I'm going to say 90% of the ones I've smoked this year, I haven't had any issues. Like if I've had an issue, maybe it started expanding closer to the end, and I was like, all right, I've been smoking on this for 2 hours. I don't give a shit now. So the number 3 here is going to be the Alec Bradley post embargo.
Ooh, yes.
Sun grown, and I love that cigar. And I don't recall, but I want to say the price tag on that's about $9, maybe $10, depending on which Vitola you get.
We have those at the Leaf, do we?
We do.
Ooh, I don't know how I've missed them.
Well, they're way at the back on the, like if you're walking back, they're on the left and they're at their very bottom.
Okay.
And when you pull them out of the box, the cellophane is all yellow because they're old.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're experienced.
And I haven't been telling anybody else about those because I've been enjoying those
They've been
myself.
rested. Yeah, you gave me a couple of those first time I had, and yeah, I enjoyed
Well,
them.
now they're older.
Okay.
The next one is going to be the Caldwell Long Live the King Mad Mofo, which is blended by AJ Fernandez.
All right.
Rock solid cigar. Then number 5 for this go around is the Timeless Pan Americana. Old Michael Herklotz, that's under his brand. He does the Fiero Tego, and the Timeless is under his brand. He makes those. But, dude, I had one of those. I don't get to smoke a lot of his cigars just because I don't see them anywhere.
Yeah.
Like where I go. They're not here at the Leaf. I didn't see them in Lubbock when I was at Good Karma. Okay. I didn't see them in Lubbock when I was at Smoker's Haven. And so I would like to. I've smoked one that was like, wow. But that was at the TPE, and he was there, and he handed it to me. So,
Is he going to be there this year?
I've talked to him a couple of times, and the first time he was like, I'm not sure, and the second time he was like, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Good.
So I hope he is.
Yes.
So that's my first 5. Oh, let me just tell you about that Timeless Pan America, though. Dude, it's like having a piece of fudge. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's rich.
Okay.
It's a little sweet on the lips just because of that Maduro wrapper, and it smokes like velvet. Like, great cigar.
Good deal.
So, anyway, I'll let you continue with your next 5.
Okay. So this is where we come. This is where the two roads diverge. Next one on my list is the CAO Flathead 660. Also, that really has been one of my go-to cigars.
I know you like that one a lot.
Yes.
And so
I appreciated the retirement gift you gave me of a handful of those. They were great.
Like, you got 8 of those, and I'm like, that's 16 hours of smoking.
Almost.
But you know what I mean?
Yes. And I also got this.
And that is from Case Elegance.
Case Elegance. And this is wonderful with supple leather.
Supple.
Yep. And room for 8 cigars. And it smells
And I see
so
you're
good.
keeping bands. Whoa, back up here.
Been holding on to some bands.
What are you doing with your bands?
Well, because a couple of cigars. I haven't gotten the bands out of here yet. Just a couple of cigars that I wanted to remember.
Well, I see there's some good cigars in there.
Yes, there are.
What's that very top one? Is that a Monte Cristo?
This one here? Yes, this is the Monte. This is the Espada. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
and then you have the Zeno.
Got the Zeno.
And then you have the ATL.
ATL. Good trouble.
And then you have another Espada.
Another Espada. Yes.
That's a great round. I haven't had that ATL yet, but I'm going to.
Yes. Not this one.
No, not that one.
We'll fight. Next one on my list, and I've enjoyed a lot of CAOs this year. So that Flathead 660, great cigar.
That bourbon is really good.
Fantastic bourbon.
$14, people.
It's crazy.
And I mean, I just had a sip.
Top floor.
I had a smoke. I had a sip, and I was like, damn.
Yes. So the Flathead 660, next one on the list, another CAO Flathead, the 554.
Oh.
It's basically the 660, just a smaller Vitola.
And it's not box pressed, right?
I can't remember. I think it's a semi-box press.
Oh, I thought it was
so.
not box pressed, and I thought it had a very, very sharp round end.
You know what
I mean? It's not rounded.
been a while since I've had one. I honestly can't remember because I just haven't seen one in a while.
Is that the one with the silverish and black?
Yeah. Remember, I gave you one and you smoked it for like 2 hours one night.
I'm a fan of those too.
Yeah, that's a great cigar. And what I like, one of the things I like about that, if I don't have as much time, 660 is going to take. It's going to take a little longer. So if I don't have as much time, then I'll do the 554.
You see that, people that are watching at home? I just accidentally lost my ash.
Ash, he said,
on the table, and I just brushed it off into the floor.
Rob was raised by wolves. Next one on the list is also another CAO, the Brasilia.
Oh, I gave you one last night.
Okay.
The Brazilian.
Okay. No.
He was screaming the whole time, but I had those shears going. He was like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm giving you a Brazilian."
Once again, I remind you, people I know, watch this show.
So the Amazon basin.
Would you?
Oh, sorry.
Can I? Yeah,
sorry.
Thank you.
So you're talking about the Brazil cigar.
Yes.
What's it called?
It's called the CAO Brasilia.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Not Brazilian.
No.
Gotcha.
Anyway, yeah, that's a great cigar. Had one a couple of years ago. It was okay. When I got that retirement box in October from my fantastic team out here in West Texas.
You got a box of those?
No, I got a box.
Oh,
they gave me a box
random
with
cigars.
Yeah, random
Gotcha.
cigars, and there was a handful of the Brasilias in there. And man, I started smoking them, and they were.
How'd they
were
smoke?
Great. Oh,
construction good.
Oh, everything was.
So
great.
I remember trying those a few times, maybe 2 or 3, and I had some construction issues, and I've really never gone back to it.
I understand. Honestly and truly, the only construction issue I've ever had with any CAOs was the original Steel Horse, and that was actually my fault.
You didn't have them properly humidified?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yep. That's what happened with those. But the Brasilia, great cigar, and that's one that it's got. I'd call that kind of full bodied, and it lasts me for a while. Every time I smoke one of those, it's about an hour smoke for me, and I'm a fast smoker. Hour and 15 minutes.
I used to be. Yeah. You know how fast I used to be?
Yes, I do.
And now I've slowed way down.
I'm trying. I'm working on it.
It's an evolution.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think a lot of people are fast smokers in the beginning.
Yeah. And I look forward to continuing to see you evolve, like the apes evolved. Anyway, Brasilia, that Monte Cristo Espada, I really like the Habano. Now, this one I have here, these are not Habanos, but I really do like the Habano.
Those are the sun-grown,
too. Yes. Okay.
And those are fantastic.
Yeah. That's great cigar. You turned me on to the Espadas.
Yeah.
You sure did.
And I used to be an anti-Monte Cristo guy.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I have a Monte Cristo on my list for my top 25.
Outstanding.
It's not that one, but it is one.
Good. Okay. All right.
Is that your 5?
No, that was 4. The 5th one is the ATL.
Okay.
Good Trouble.
Nice.
Yes.
I haven't smoked that yet.
Okay.
I'm hanging on. All right. So I did want to mention something, though. Last night when you were here, you smoked an Amazon basin.
I did.
It was not the new Amazon basin. It was the old Amazon basin, the original Amazon basin. Did you see how yellow the cellophane was on that?
Yeah. That was a good cigar. That's further down on the list.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is, not everybody who comes over here would get to smoke that.
I appreciate it.
So cheers to you, bro. I appreciate
Cheers to
you.
you.
No. Cheers to you, and thank you for all that you do, and you're fucking retired.
Yes, I am.
Like anybody else would have picked that cigar up, I'd be like, fuck no. Larry, enjoy, brother.
You sure did.
Now, to be fair, I got 2 of them in there.
Okay.
So you got 1.
Okay.
You don't get the other one.
I'll be right back, folks.
So, I was like, enjoy. Because that is to me one of my, if we were to do a all-time top 25, the original Amazon basin makes it 100%.
Yeah.
When I first found those back when Bill owned the shop, dude, I didn't tell anybody. I was smoking them quick. And then Thick found them.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, dude, those are not for you. Those are for me.
Yeah. They're on allocation.
And Bill, when I got him to smoke one, and he was like, wow, these are really good. Nobody's buying these. And I was like, I know.
Yeah. Let's keep it that way.
Boom. All right. Let's see, where are we at? All right. So I'm pulling out the old AJ Fernandez Diaz de Gloria.
Oh, yes.
Churchill.
Okay.
If you haven't smoked it in the Churchill, you owe it to yourself to smoke that in the Churchill. Like a lot of cigars, I don't care. Mm-hmm. But some cigars, you want to smoke them in a certain vitola, or at least for me.
Okay. So what is it about the Churchill that you really like?
Dude, one, you know when you have a longer cigar,
mm-hmm.
the smoke is just automatically going to be cooler by the time it gets to your mouth.
Right.
Versus kind of like a church warden.
Mm-hmm.
A pipe.
Okay, yeah.
You know, those long stems is for cooling the smoke. Well, when you light up that Churchill cigar, it's like it's cool. It's almost like a cold smoke the first third.
All right.
And it just seems like it makes it so smooth.
Okay. I'll keep them. You know, I don't smoke a lot of Churchills.
Right.
So
well, you smoked one last night.
Okay.
What did you think about it?
That was good. It was great.
And that's a full-bodied cigar, full strength.
Yes.
It doesn't smoke like that. No. It smoked like a medium maybe because it was so smooth.
It was good.
Then we're going to go with the Padron 1964 Hermoso Maduro.
I knew that was going to be on your list.
Oh, dude. I that is one of my favorite cigars. I don't smoke it very often. It's one of those where it's special. It's not that much. I think it's like 16 to 18 bucks, which is, above average, but it's a Padron.
It's a Padron. It's going to be worth
1964.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, they could be doing like 22 to 24 bucks on that cigar, and they'd still sell.
Be worth it, yeah.
Anyway, great cigar.
You gave me one of those probably about, I would say, probably about 6 months, 5-6 months ago. You gave me one, and it's.
Were we at the Leaf or here?
We were at the Leaf. You gave it to me at the Leaf. It is sitting in my house.
You still have it?
I still have it. Yep.
Have you ever smoked one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've smoked one. I've smoked them with you before, and I wanted to save that for a special occasion. So next week official retirement date is tomorrow. And I will spend probably the first couple months smoking Padrones.
We'll smoke that together while you're getting your Brazilian. All right, guys. My next one on the list is the Rocky Patel ALR.
I have not had one of those.
Oh.
That's what I keep hearing.
When I was up in Kansas City this last, few months ago at Outlaw Cigars, they had boxes of them. And I mean, it's not a cheap cigar, but Rocky knocked it out with that cigar.
That's what I keep hearing.
Now, here's what I don't know. So they came out with the originals, and you remember, I don't know if you know Scott, a friend of ours from East Texas.
I don't think I've met him. I've heard y'all talk about him.
Legend. Yeah. Like, good dude. But anyway, he knows I love those, and he would bring them and let me have one or two. And I was like, I can't find these anywhere. So when I was in Kansas City, I smoked like 3 of them while I was up there. And I don't know if it was the new second edition or the first edition. Okay. But I did see where the ALR number 2 just made like the top 6 in the Cigar Aficionado's portfolio of top cigars.
Good deal.
So anyway, my next one is the Monte Cristo 1935 anniversary. Nicaraguan number 2.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
Oh, and it is a damn good cigar. I've bought a couple of boxes of those in the last 12 months. Comes in a box of 10. You've had some. And it's a lights out cigar. Like when I look for a good deal on them, but when I find a good deal on them,
you get them.
I'm in for a box.
Snatch it up.
100%.
Snatch it up.
Was that 4 or 5?
I wasn't counting. I thought we were responsible for keeping our own inventory here.
That's possible. Okay, I'm going to go. I think I'm on number 5. The Viva La Vida Jester. I love that Vitola. Yeah. I love the blend, and I love the company, the cigar, the whole nine works. Like, that is lights out a great freaking cigar.
I've heard you talk about the Jester a lot of times, and you were not jesting when you talked about the Jester.
No, I might have been winking. Anyway, that's my next 5. You're up, bro.
Okay, all right. So, interestingly enough, these next 5 are from 2 different companies. So I'm going to start with the Alec Bradley Connecticut. We have those at the shop, and, I get it in the Toro.
I have still not smoked one of those.
It's a coffee cigar. I usually only smoke Connecticut's with coffee.
You've gone on about that cigar this year more than any cigar I know.
This is the cigar that got me to where I enjoyed Connecticut's. They had one of the fresh packs at the Leaf.
And that came in it?
And it was in there, and I thought to myself, let me smoke this nasty Connecticut and get it out of the way.
You smoked it first because you were like, I want to save the good ones.
Yep. And I smoked, and I was like, whoa, hello. Yeah, and something about that with coffee in the mornings. Yeah.
Now, have you had the La Galera Connecticut?
I have.
And what do you think about it?
It was a good cigar. I like the Alec Bradley better.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because I haven't had that one, and I'm like, all right, I'll put it on my list.
Yep, I like that one better. Really enjoyed it. Next one on the list is the Alec Bradley Gatekeeper.
Okay.
That's I don't know what it is to me.
It's a good-looking cigar.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It looks delicious, and
it
to
is
me,
a good-looking cigar. I don't like the band.
Oh well, I don't know.
It looks like you know what that band reminds me of. Caligula, whatever the fuck his name is.
I can see that.
Twisted sex maniac. You know, he had sex with his grandmother.
Let me get some more of this.
Have another bourbon, Larry.
Yeah. I'm going to need this. Strap in, folks. I think it's going to be a bumpy ride.
You know, whenever I lived in Dallas, they had a strip club called Caligula.
Oh.
I never
say called grandmothers.
No, but I never went to that one because I was like,
I'm not going there.
That's disgusting.
I don't know what's going to happen if I go in there.
It's probably going to be a bunch of like 80-year-old women.
Come here, Caligula.
Like when you tip them, they lift up their boob and put the dollar under there and then put the boob back down.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Wow. The next one, another Alec Bradley, The Blind Faith.
Now, which one is that? Is that the one with the hands? No.
Nope.
I don't know. The Blind Faith. I don't know that I've had that one either.
I think maybe it has a seeing eye dog on it. Maybe I'm not sure. Anyway,
you're thinking of Sam.
No, but yeah, I really enjoyed that too.
Okay,
those are probably. Well, those are the 3 Alec Bradleys: the Connecticut, the Connecticut, the Gatekeeper, and the Blind Faith. Those are my favorite Alec Bradleys.
And you know what's funny about that is, like, on different cigar forums that I've been a part of over the years, like if you told people you were smoking Alec Bradley cigars, they went fucking ape shit nutso and. Hey, Alec Bradley sucks, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're dumb.
Everybody has their own palate.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not smoking Alec Bradleys every day, but they got some good cigars.
And in my mind, and to my palate,
they're also very affordable.
Yes, yeah, budget friendly. Yes, they are.
And when you know what I was thinking is, like, I know guys that smoke way better cigars than I do. And what I mean by that is, like, when I see what they're smoking, like, they're always smoking, like, the upper tier. Right. And I'm like, the difference between me and that person is they don't smoke near the amount of cigars that I smoke. And when you smoke the certain amount that I do, a budget comes into play.
It does.
You know what I mean?
It does. And, I think also some people smoke certain cigars because I think it makes it, to them, it makes them feel like, oh, look what I'm smoking.
I'm smoking the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, I don't have a problem with smoking high-end cigars. I enjoy it.
Yes.
But I will also say that when you smoke the amount of cigars that we both smoke,
Exactly.
you're not spending $20 a cigar and up.
Yep.
Because
not every single time. No.
my wife would get rid of me.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about like make me move out. I mean like a garbage bag, a hole in the ground, that kind of get rid of me.
A box cutter, some heavy duty garbage bags, and some ammonia and duct tape.
Boom.
Yeah. Next was and then 2 Rocky Patels. The Rocky Patel, the sun-grown Maduro. First time I had one of those, wasn't a fan. Went back and tried it about 6 to 12 months later, and like, oh, this is really good. But I was further into my journey at the time.
Your palate had
started to
matured.
mature, yeah, and I was able to really enjoy it. Now I love those. I absolutely love those.
That's awesome, dude.
So I don't smoke them that often because I don't want to get burned out on them. But to me, that's a great cigar.
And what's the price point on one of those?
Oh, they're running. Last time I bought one, it was
$9,
probably
$10?
about $10, $11.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a great cigar for me.
And I've pretty much, have you noticed in the last, say, 18 months that cigars have bumped up?
Yeah, they have.
Like, used to it was the automatic where you can get a rock solid cigar, $8 to $10.
Yeah.
Now I feel like it's 10 to 12.
Yeah.
And
I would say maybe even a little bit more than that.
right. And as long as you're in the ballpark of that and you have a good cigar, I'm not complaining.
Okay.
I don't mind paying $13, $14 for a good cigar.
No.
Now, I start getting a little hesitant when it's $17. I'm like,
Understand. The way we smoke them. Yes.
Right.
Yes. And then also for this segment of my this 5 segment, which is I would consider one of their kind of budget cigars. I wouldn't say budget, one of the lower price cigars, price point wise.
The Edge.
Yes, that Edge Maduro, 6x60.
One of my favorite Rocky Patels.
Yes.
And I don't smoke a lot of Rocky.
Yeah.
But if you were to give me a box of the Maduro Edge and a box of the ALRs, I'd be your friend.
Yeah. And
until they're gone. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
I'm serious.
Yeah. No, but I do. But that Edge Maduro.
Dude, and I go way back with that cigar.
Yeah.
Like when I found that cigar, I smoked it a lot at first.
Yeah.
Now I probably smoke them, I don't know, maybe once every 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah. But when you're in the mood, tickle my taint, baby. You know what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, I do.
All right, what else you got? Is that for your 5?
All
right, so I'm going to knock out my favorite cigars from our sponsors. And I'm going to give you 6.
Okay.
Oh, no, I already gave you one of them. The Jester was already on that list. So the Medallia 6x46. That's my signature home run stick.
I knew that was going to be there.
Yeah. I never am without that cigar in my humidors. It's not going to happen. Yeah. The next one is the McAuliffe Black. Dude, if you haven't tried that, you got to put that on your hunt list.
Yeah. Find it.
Because let me tell you this, it's an $8 stick and
doesn't smoke like one.
Oh, 100% no. And it's full bodied.
Yes, it is.
And it's smooth.
Yes.
But what I was going to tell you is, even though you're like, oh, they're your sponsor, it's like, every single person I've talked to about the McAuliffe Black has gone on and on about what a great stick it is, how many people in their shop is smoking them. And so hats off for coming out with what some might say a budget stick. I would not. I would say a super value stick, definitely. Because it's not a budget stick. Nope. When you buy a new Cuba, that's a budget stick.
Yeah.
I don't smoke budget sticks. I don't like budget sticks. I've tried, whenever, do you remember whenever the new Cuba started at the Leaf? Like all these guys were smoking them and they were like, hey man, these are $3. Yeah. These are fantastic. And I was like, Well, hell yeah. I mean, who's not looking for an amazing cigar at $3? Yeah. And I bought one and I smoked half of it. And I was like, this is not a good cigar for me. Yep. I get some people like them. Hats off to you. I you know what? I'm envious that you can smoke a $3 stick.
Yep. You know, so I don't know if I told you this. It was not the new Cubas. It was, you remember the Quorums?
Oh, yeah. Hated them.
Yeah. So I don't know how.
I bought an entire bundle of Quorum something on the recommendation of a guy that lives down under.
I might.
Yeah, and I aged those for like 3 months in my humidor before I even tried them.
Yeah.
I tried them, and then I gave them away.
Yeah. So the Squarms, I don't know how I wound up with about 4 or 5 of them, and they found them in the back of the Frigidor. They had I'd probably had those cigars for about a year and a half. And one night it was late, and it was kind of cold outside, but I wanted a cigar, so let me give this a try. I lit it up, and it wasn't great, but it was not bad. It was pretty decent. About halfway through it, it was pretty decent. Then toward the end, it started. Oh yeah, this is what I remember. Getting rid of it.
Now, how long ago was that?
This was probably sometime last spring.
Okay. Oh, so this year?
Yeah, it's been this year. It was one of my low spots of the year.
Man, I didn't know you were hitting on hard times, bro. You should have shared me. I would have, I would have helped you out. No, you know what? I honestly, I know guys that smoke Quorums and other budget cigars, and you know, I was on. So Cigar Talk has a new TikTok page because you know the other one got permanently banned.
Okay.
So I made a new one, and I started following a bunch of cigar people. And the guy was having a live, and I wasn't in it, but I was in the audience. And he was like talking to one other guy, and they were like, so what's the best cigars that you smoke like while you're doing lawn work? And I put in all caps.
I don't do lawn work. Yeah. We've got people for that.
It's like if you're trying to pair up a cigar with lawn work, no. Pair up a cigar with bourbon. Not lawn work.
Yeah. Bourbon in the lounge or bourbon in the patio. Yes.
I got another one from McAuliffe. It's the Leyenda Toro.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's another home run they did.
Yeah, that is.
Because, like, I always loved the 1 and 2. But they went and made a Toro, and it's cheaper, and it's the same blend, and it is amazing. Yeah. So if you haven't tried the Leyenda in the Toro, try it out. It's amazing.
I don't think you'll be disappointed. I've had that myself, and I loved it. Yep, and I loved it.
Have you had the Tabanero, Connecticut?
I have.
Oh, okay. So tell me what you think about that one.
I thought that was fantastic, too.
Like, they make a damn good Connecticut.
Got it from you, as a matter of fact. You gave it to me one at the faculty meeting one Saturday.
Yeah, they hit it out of the park. And you know what? Going over these lists makes me go, I need to get back into the Connecticut's.
Yes.
Like, because, you know, it's easy for me to get in my comfort zone and, like, scratch my belly and smoke medium plus cigars.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you haven't had the Tabanero, Connecticut, you got to try it out.
Smoke it.
Now, 2 years ago, this was the number, when we ranked them, this was my number one cigar, and they weren't sponsors then. The Tabanero Sun-Grown Robusto.
Ooh, I don't think I've had that one.
Oh, my God. That is amazing. Like, I don't have any. I'll get some. But anyway, yeah, that is one of my all-time favorite cigars. Like, it's pretty close to the Medallia for me.
Oh. Tabanero makes some great cigars.
And it's about the same price as the Medallia.
Oh,
you know what I mean? They're two rock solid. If you were going to fill up my humidors with 2 cigars, that would be the 2 I want.
You notice he said humidors, plural.
Yeah, because I want all of this one medallions, and I want all of that one tabanero.
Makes sense to me.
You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, that's going to be my 5 right there. And yeah, they're all sponsored cigars, but I'm telling you right now, every one of them on that list is a home run.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
That sounds.
You're up. Batter up.
Okay. Next segment. Imagine this. This is once again where the two roads diverge. The McAuliffe Black. Yep. So Rob already talked
Rock
about
solid.
it. I don't need to say anything else. Other than
Rock solid.
it's a great cigar, and it's in that it's at that price point that anybody can afford it. Yeah, it's a fantastic cigar. This one I discovered one day because somebody said you should try it. In fact, I think you were the one that recommended this for another value cigar. This is the Buffalo 10.
I'm not a big fan.
Well,
so
yeah,
it probably wasn't me.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. You told me about
Well,
it.
you know what? It might have been.
I think
Depending on
you
which.
got him to bring it in,
Was it the Maduro or the Sun-Grown?
the Maduro.
So I used to like that one. Kind of fell off. I'm not saying it's a bad cigar.
It's not.
I'm just saying that
It's an average.
when I smoked it the first go around, I really liked it. And then after I started smoking it too often, I kind of got burnt out on it. You know what I mean? It's not one of those cigars that can be one of my daily go-tos.
Right.
It's one of those cigars like every couple of weeks I'd smoke one. You know what I mean? But everybody has their own.
Again, it's one of those things where if I'm in a hurry, if I don't have time to really sit down and socialize and relax and enjoy a cigar, but I just want a cigar, I'll grab one of those. Like back when I had a job, I'd run over to the Leaf at lunchtime sometimes, and I know I got to get back to the office. So
Yeah,
if
if anybody wants to help Larry, he no longer has a job and he's going to be hurting for money. And if y'all could send in $50 per person that listens to this show, we might be able to get him the regular amount of cigars he smokes.
we'd be deeply appreciative. Yeah, I'd be much obliged, folks. I'd be much obliged. Okay. So we did the McAuliffe Black, the Buffalo 10.
And let me back up.
All right.
So the Buffalo 10, I was thinking it was the Charter Oaks when you said that.
Okay.
I do remember that. It's been a while, and those are good.
Yep. I can see how you get the two confused. Charter Oaks, Buffalo 10. They sound so much alike.
But if you smoked both of them,
I have not.
they're very similar.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
why. And the price point,
Yeah.
they're very similar.
No, I actually I don't think I've seen the Charter Oaks.
They're not far from where the Buffalo 10 are in the humidor. I mean, literally like 2 rows up.
Okay, all right. Well, I think when I go and looking for a Buffalo 10, I'm scanning down there where they normally keep them. Interestingly enough, there have been some times I think they've had some trouble keeping those on the shelves too.
Oh, 100%.
Now, I bought a bundle of the Connecticuts, for the faculty
The Buffalo
meetings.
10?
Yep.
How was that?
They were good.
What size were
Pretty
they?
good.
Do you know?
I think they were Toros.
Okay.
Toros, yeah, and they were pretty good. But because I bought a bundle, so I kind of got burned out on them.
That's what I did
Yep.
when I was smoking the Charter Oaks and really the Buffalo 10 too. It's like, it's a very good cigar, especially at the price point.
Oh, good. Yeah.
But I don't want to smoke it every day.
Yep.
I would smoke this every day.
day.
Wow.
Yeah.
This Maria Lucia, look at that burn line, dude.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm almost out of the first third, and that burn line is just perfect,
looking good.
all the way around.
It's looking good.
How's yours?
Mine, but this is coming along pretty well too. This is coming along.
That's the Anonymous by AJ.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
That's a good looking wrapper too.
Yeah, whoever they are, I'm enjoying it. They can be anonymous all they want. Just keep rolling those cigars.
Amen.
All right. So I talked about the Perdomo 10-year Maduro. Did I say that one already? I think I did. If I didn't, I meant to. The Perdomo, that they have a 10-year Maduro.
No.
It's a barrel aged.
No.
Yeah, it's a good cigar.
Okay.
It's a good cigar. Yeah,
What's color the wrapper on that? Is that the blue one?
No, that's not blue.
Okay, so it's
recall.
probably one of the like copper and gold and all that. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I know that one too.
I enjoy that.
See, I'm not a big fan. I like the blend, but I don't like that ring gauge.
Right.
It's too damn big.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
I would love it if they would try box pressing that.
Okay.
I wonder if we bought some, if we could box press them.
I think we could. I bet we could.
You know what I mean? If we bought an actual press, or you don't even have to have a press. If we just have the blocks of wood that they do it
on top.
and put a big brick on it.
Yep. Use one of these.
Let's
one
see
of these
if we
cinder
can
blocks.
do
let's
that.
Give it a try. Yeah, let's give it a try.
We'll let you know how that works out, folks.
Yep, sure will. Viva La Vida Club 500.
Boom.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
A home run.
Yeah. Yep.
Home run.
That's all I need to say about that. That's a great cigar. That's a great cigar. Really enjoy that. Started smoking them again recently, and yes, they've never let me down.
Oh,
They've never let me
dude,
down.
I've never
No
had a
construction
misfire
issues
on
no,
a Viva
nothing's
La
gone
Vida.
wrong. Nothing's gone wrong with it.
No.
Yeah, great cigar. And then also the McAuliffe Reserva.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that you're showing out.
Oh, come on now.
That's a high dollar stick.
That's a nice stick, though.
When did you
It's worth
smoke
it.
that?
Last one I smoked, I was here with you.
Wow,
I came by one day on my lunch hour.
that's a.
And I wanted to smoke something that wasn't a.
Is that the day you
wasn't a
didn't
throat
drink?
punch. Probably the only day.
Right,
That's how you remember.
You came back around lunch, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, you want a drink?" You're like, "Nah,
I
I'm
gotta get
good." And
back
I'm
to
like,
work.
"What?"
Yeah. Yep. I said, "Yeah, and I don't want to smoke anything really heavy either." You gave me that Reserva, and I was like, "Oh, I should take the rest of the day off and have a bourbon." That was a great cigar. Yeah, that's a great
The
cigar.
Reserva
Enjoy
is for me, a celebration cigar
Yes.
because of the price point. But I also, like a lot of cigars, I'm like, just because it costs $30 to $50 doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Doesn't mean it's going to be worth $30 to $50.
Right. And they made a cigar at that price point that holds up to the value. And so hats off again. That's the Gomez and Sanchez guys down there blending some amazing cigars.
They are they're making some great sticks. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely
100%.
appreciate it. Okay, so that was my 5 this segment.
All right. So my next one, so I'm going to cheat because
Of course.
So, you know what, fuck, I need some more bourbon. Sorry. What was that song? Papa Top again. Thank you. What is that at? 107. Okay.
There you go.
So thank you for pouring me another drink.
This is
And
what I
I'm
do.
going to tell you for $14, folks.
I'm going to look for this. Now, did this come from our spot?
Yes, it did.
All right.
And when I actually went in there and I was like, I was going to pick up a couple more bottles of the Ball and Bond because we enjoyed the shit out of that last night.
Yes, we did.
And
That's why Sam's not here now. I'd see Alfred
Alfred and Hatch,
yeah.
Vagina.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I went by there and they were out of the Ball and Bond. And I was like,
this is so good.
well, then I said, hey, bro, have you had the top floor yet? And he's like, no, I haven't had that one. And I was like, $13.99, man. It's hard for me to buy a bottle that cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking it's going to be like gas.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, fuck it, man. Let me try it. I was like, I know we're going to drink some Penelope barrel proof, which is going to be fantastic.
I'm looking forward to it.
So if this completely sucks,
Yeah.
we'll
We can
have a
switch
sip,
up. Yeah.
dump it out, and move on. And look, we had seconds.
Yes.
That tells you that a $13.99 bottle was pretty damn good when we're not taking into the good shit.
There's no burn on that whatsoever. That is so smooth. There are
And it's
not enough O's in the word smooth to describe that.
Now, I would say for me, it's a little bit on the sweet side. It's
A
got,
hint of sweetness.
yeah, it's not like syrup
Yep.
sweetness, but it has a little sweetness. Like, what are you going to say?
I'd
Maybe
say-
some vanilla,
I'd say a little honey.
honey.
Yeah, I'd say a little honey.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
And then,
But it's not.
But
not
it's-
sweet, not sickening, not sickly
well,
sweet.
you get that little bit of sweetness up front, but then you get the like traditional bourbon. It's like, yeah, we're not done with you.
Yeah.
We're going to tie you down and give you a Brazilian. We got pictures, folks.
Enjoying
If
it.
you go to the Cigar Talk OnlyFans page, and if you put in Big Larry, you get a 10% discount.
You're a sick man, Rob Jones.
And If you subscribe now, we'll throw in 10% off a jug of Jerkins.
When there's no bacon grease available.
When you got 30 minutes available.
All right.
All right. Is that yours?
Yeah, that was it.
All right.
So,
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go now with. We're getting down to the bare nuts.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
All right. So on this 5, I'm going to just go ahead and. No, not that one. The Tatawahi Siri P. That's what these are.
Uh-huh.
How many of you smoked since? I know. Did you smoke one last night?
No.
Okay, I know. Vagina had one. Sam had one. I had one. I've had at least 2 of them today. I bought a box of these. I think they come in a box of 24 for $89.
Ooh.
I bought 2 boxes. I smoked through the first box in the last 2 weeks. So, I mean, it's like when you can get a cigar that good for that price point,
you better get it.
and I could be wrong. It could be a box of 20. And not that I care, because at $89 a box, home run. All right.
Do they still have those?
I would have to look.
Let's look.
All right. My next one is going to be the Padron 90th Maduro.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a pricey stick, but it's worth it.
Every penny.
I don't have them often because also there's something to be said for like when you don't have a cigar for a while and you come back to it and you enjoyed it. It's like the anticipation. It's like as soon as
This is gonna be good.
it's so exciting for me that like just cutting it, I lose my load. You know what I mean? It's like pop. And then I light it up, and I'm like, oh, you could just lay here with me and revel in my wretchedness.
So I don't know if you remember Michael. Mike Welch used to come in.
Yeah. What happened to that guy?
He's been doing a lot. He's had a lot of family stuff. Just spent a lot of time with.
So he's
with
not
his
in
family.
prison.
No, he's
Good,
not in prison.
good.
No, he didn't go back to prison. But no, Michael, if you're listening,
We
know
love you,
you're not
bro.
in prison. Yeah, we really do.
Come by, hang out.
You know, he and my son have been friends since like elementary or middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's great. But he gave me one of those one Friday night. He was at the Leaf, and man, that cigar was incredible.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a fan. The next one is going to be the Stillwell Star. Now I like the regular one, but the one that just lit me on fire was the special edition that Sean gave, and it was like it wasn't the Christmas, but it was like the holiday season.
Okay.
Now, you're a fan of Shinerbach, aren't you? A little bit?
No, I'm
no,
not.
You don't
Not-
like
not
it?
at all.
Because you like dark beer.
It's not dark beer.
Well, what the hell is it?
It's not dark beer.
I've poured it in the glass.
It's
It's darker than me.
what is not.
Anyway, I started to go somewhere that we would probably regret. But anyway,
Moving along, folks. Moving on. Nothing
have
to
you
see
ever
here.
tried, and I'm sure you haven't because I can tell that you are racist against Shiner. And
That's not true.
I kind of feel it. But anyway, they do a beer called the Holiday Cheer.
I have not had that.
It's actually very good.
I'll take your word for it.
And it's only available during the
the
Christmas
holidays,
season, and it's got just some like, almost like the flavor of a root beer, not the so much of the soda, but
Right.
just the rootness. It's like you get that rootness,
Okay, yeah.
and you get some like holiday spices. And it's actually very good. So that's what this cigar reminded me of.
You know, I'm going to look for that Shiner. If I can find it, I'm going to look for that.
You should be able to find it now.
Okay. Yeah, right now.
And like, I don't drink beer.
Right.
But I will drink one of those on occasion,
all right.
just because it only comes out once a year.
If I find one, I'll get it.
Awesome.
So Shiner, I like dark beer. I like full-bodied dark beer. I've told people my beer and my cigars should be like me, dark and heavy. And I just don't think, to me, Shiner Bock just doesn't have the body to it. It doesn't have that.
See, for me, it
body.
does, but I'm not
Yeah.
nearly as experienced as you are with the dark beers.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if I do have a couple of beers and it's Shiner, which I haven't had one in probably 4 years, but like I am so freaking full and bloated from 2 beers.
Yeah.
So for me, it's very heavy, very filling.
See, I could drink a 6-pack of Guinness like nobody's business.
Now, is that a dark beer?
Yeah, Guinness is dark.
Oh, I thought I didn't know that.
Yeah, Guinness, like most Guinness.
No. I'm thinking of a different beer. What's that beer that comes in a green bottle?
I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
no, not O'Doul's. I've never had O'Doul's. That's like drinking decaf coffee.
So, I will tell you, well, who are they now? Is it InBev? Is that who they are now? Whatever the company is. Used to be Anheuser-Busch.
Oh, I don't know.
And
It's
then they
some
sold
German
and sold
company
and
or
sold.
something.
Yeah.
Is it German company?
I don't know who it is now. Belgian? I don't know. But anyway, so Budweiser, Bud Light, Michelob, Mich Ultra, they all have a horrible aftertaste.
I used to really enjoy just straight up Michelob, the old Michelob. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't like them. But I tried, it's funny, I tried O'Doul's one time, and to me, that was the best beer that Anheuser-Busch made.
So you know what's funny is,
alcohol-free.
so at one time, I used to be a Budweiser guy.
I believe that.
Because, I was a redneck back in the day.
Labuckian.
So, no, I didn't drink Budweiser until I moved to St. Louis.
Okay.
Because
St. Louis. Yeah.
we would walk into a bar and be like, hey, can I get a Miller Lite? And they'd be like, you want to get the fuck out of here? And it was like, excuse me? We serve Anheuser-Busch and Anheuser-Busch only in here. And I was like, well, I didn't know. How would I know that? Why would you even do that? And they're like, because the goddamn brewery's right down the road. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Do they do tours? So we went on a tour, me and Tim. Yeah. But yeah, dude, after living in St. Louis for 6 months or more, when I moved back to Texas, I was a Budweiser drinker.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't know how long that lasted, but I drank something else and was like, oh, that's way better. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Schlitz.
Yeah.
Anything was like, I could not even think about drinking a Budweiser.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I was out of town a few weeks ago.
Well, we can't be friends anymore.
Yeah. But I was out of town a few weeks ago, and I was at a bar that they didn't serve liquor. And the guy I was with was like, I'm going to have a beer. And I was like, what kind of beer are you drinking? He's like, IPA. And I'm like, yeah, I don't do that.
Oh.
I don't do that. But also, you have to realize the guy I'm with,
that's Bill and Ed
he's
territory.
36 years old, and he wears skinny jeans.
Oh, okay.
So that's all you need to know about that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
IPAs.
I ended up having Michelob Ultra. It's like, you know what? It was super light, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone who doesn't drink beer,
It sells.
it was almost like drinking something more refreshing. Like it's not beer. You know what I mean?
I agree. It's
like,
not beer.
Is this Gatorade? But it was not bad. Now, I didn't go home and buy a 6-pack. You know what I mean? That's not happening. Yeah. But, that's what my baby brother Russell, the famous dancing UPS man, drinks.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I saw
dude,
that.
grow up.
I wondered if y'all were actually related. Yeah, so.
It's hard to tell. We're only half related. Same mother, different father. All right, are we getting back on my list?
Well, I was going to tell you a beer story. But
No.
So,
I love beer
first off,
stories.
you've accused me of being racist against Shiner. So, and that's not true.
But then you proved you weren't when you let me do the Brazilian and you had their logo on your ass.
That is not a true story, people. That is not a true story.
Like, now Shiner's dark.
No, so they would do a birthday beer every year. Normally around the November. Shiner.
I didn't know that.
They do a birthday release. Normally I think it was around the November, December time frame. And I believe
that would make sense. They're probably October because it's a German idea of beer Oktoberfest. I bet it has some correlation.
Okay. Or maybe it has to do with their anniversary of being formed, birthday.
Yeah, but they probably picked something.
Okay. Anyway, and I think at least for a while they did a different one each year.
Folks, he anywayed me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Anyway.
2014, I think it was. They had their birthday beer. It was like a chocolate stout.
Okay, how was that?
Oh, that was incredible. That was one of the best beers I've ever had. It was dark. It was heavy. Had a hint of sweetness to it. That beer was fantastic.
Was it more like a dark chocolate?
Yeah. Oh, man, it was something. It was. So I was in back when it was Albertsons, Market Street.
That
used
sounds
to be
like
Albertsons.
good with a cigar.
Yeah. Yes, I think. And I wasn't smoking cigars then either, but I
Do they
I'm
still
sure
make that?
No, they don't. Yeah, it was a limited release, and I haven't seen it since. And the last time I tried it, I was in when Albertsons was still here. I was in Albertsons. I was looking for a dark beer, and Louise, who ran the beer and wine section in there, she said, "You like dark beer? You might want to try this." It's Shiner. I don't like Shiner. She said, well, a lot of people say that they really like it. I said, okay, well, I don't want to buy a six-pack. If I could just get a single.
And they used to let you do, or they may still.
Yeah, they do. But back then, they didn't have that one priced out as singles. So she said, we don't have these in singles. She said, let me go work out the price. And I said, you know what? You haven't steered me wrong yet, so I'll just take a six-pack. This was on a Saturday afternoon. Got a six-pack of it, went home.
Drank them all.
I didn't really have high expectations. I was back the next day buying another six-pack.
So you drank them all.
Yeah, man. Oh my God, that beer was so good. So the last time I saw it, because it was getting harder and harder to find, and I made a trip to Wichita Falls with my old boss and our executive director. One of these days, I'll tell you who I used to work for, and they had it in Wichita Falls. This was 2015. And it's like February, March of 2015, I bought 2 cases back with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you like the shit out of it.
I really did, yeah. And then during the summer when it's really hot, they have something called Ruby Red Bird, and it's got a little hint of Ruby Red grapefruit in it.
And who makes that?
Shiner.
I thought you didn't like Shiner.
It's what I'm telling you. I'm not racist against Shiner. I don't like Shiner Bock, but they've made a couple of things that I do enjoy.
So they knocked a home run for you on a couple of different things.
Yep, on those 2 things.
Well, and that's like the holiday cheer for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I haven't tried a lot of different Shiners, but I've tried a couple, and I was like, I don't really care for that.
I'm going to look for that tomorrow.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, let me know if you find it, and we'll drink again tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. We were going to do that anyway.
We were on a roll. So
your turn.
Okay. So this is my last 5.
Okay.
Right? You're done.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, how in the hell is that possible?
Because you're Rob Jones. You are Rob Jones.
All right. Well, I'm giving you my top 5 of the year in order. Like I saved the last. These are like top 5. Top tier cigars, must try.
Okay.
And I'm going to count them down from 5 to 1.
All right.
Number 5 is the Regis Small Batch Series, Black Label Gran Toro. So
It was a mouthful, too.
it is a fantastic cigar. It is Nicaraguan shade-grown Habano. Like that, you don't see a lot of that.
Yeah.
But for the binder, it's also Nicaragua, and for the blender is Nestor Plasencia.
Oh.
So I mean, it's good, but they're not everywhere. Only Atlantic Cigars sells them, and I'll tell you this: like for a 10-pack, it's $95. So, it's under $10 a stick.
Yeah, still not bad.
But because I'm a VIP member, which is basically $55 a year, I get those for $64.95 for a 10-pack. Dude, they give me great deals.
Yeah.
Like the amount of money I've saved is paid for that $50-something membership.
Wow.
You remember when Emu was here with his wife?
Yeah.
And she really likes the Fonseca cigar by my father. And he was asking if the Leaf carried them, and I called, and they were like, no, we don't carry those. We don't have them.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let me check. So I went and looked at Atlantic Cigar, and they had a box. And I was like, dude, box is $99. And he was like, holy shit. So he went and he messaged me back and he's like, I show them for $159. And I was like, oh, I forgot I'm a VIP member. So I actually bought them for him and sent them because it was for his wife's birthday or something.
Nice.
But I was like, dude, $50 off a box of cigars. And I mean, like, that comes in handy.
Oh, yes, it does. Yep.
So anyway, that's my number 5. Like, if you haven't had the Regis, what is it, the Small Batch Series Black Label, you should give that a try. Right. You've had them. You just don't remember. It's been a while.
Regis. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember.
I'll show you a picture and you'll be like, oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right. So the next one, did I do the Stillwell Star? I think I started that one.
Yeah.
But I didn't finish it.
You got sidetracked.
Yeah, that was the one that I said, I really like it is. Mm-hmm. No, that was last set. This is my top 5.
It's Stillwell.
Here, coming in at number 4, is what I'm smoking tonight is the Maria Lucia by Luciano Cigars. Luke, this is my number 4 ranked cigar of the entire year.
Yeah.
Like, I dig the shit out of this cigar.
Yes.
And do you know the story of the band?
I do.
Okay.
But maybe the listeners and viewers don't.
Well, they should have been paying attention.
Okay. Do you remember the story of the band?
I do.
Okay.
So, the blender Luciano, the owner of the brand, his mother passed away when he was a young man, a boy. And anyway, he now has a daughter, and his daughter had a dream, and he was like, there was this woman that's been coming to me in my dreams, and they're just kind of like, well, that's odd. Or actually, I don't know what they thought. I'm kind of ad-libbing there, you know.
Let's hope they're not listening.
Yeah. Sorry, Luciano. Anyway.
But we love the cigars.
And what's funny is, like, the uncle or somebody came across a box of all these old family photos and sent them to him because he was like, you don't have hardly any photos of your mom. And so whenever his daughter saw the picture of Luciano's mother, she was like, that's the woman.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And they used, if I'm correct, they used the drawing that the daughter made of the grandma.
I think I do. I believe that was part of the story
I'm like,
that I heard.
Let me tell you something, folks. First of all, when you name a cigar after your mother, you're not picking out the shitty stuff, okay?
It better be good.
It better be
It's
good.
gotta be a good cigar.
And then when you let your daughter do the band because of the story of the dreams and the mother, come on, man. You're not putting that on a regular old cigar.
Yeah.
You're putting that band on the cigar that means something to you. Right.
Something comes from the heart.
So I don't care what anybody says. That's my number 4 of the year.
All right. Okay.
Booyah.
All right. There you go. There you go.
All right. Number 3 on my list. Let's see if I got one here. Oh, the Rocky Patel aged limited rare. You ever had one of those?
I have not.
Yeah, that's the ALR.
Yes.
I already talked about that one, but it's in my top.
It's on the list.
It's on my top 5. Yeah. So at number 3, the ALR.
Okay.
I didn't realize I had it on the list twice, so I fucked you people. You're getting Rob's top 24.
I'm going to get an F jar and put it here, and then I'll have enough money to buy a lot of reservists.
You know what you should do is put a swear jar, and every time I drop the F-bomb, I got to put a cigar in it.
That could work. No, yeah, because you would only put good cigars in it. That's because that's all you have.
I don't have any shitty cigars.
Yeah, that'd work too. That'd work fine.
At number 2, and this cigar blew me away. It was a gift. The Perdomo 30th anniversary sun-grown.
Oh yeah, I heard you talk about it. I've heard some conversation about that. Yes.
If you haven't smoked the 30th anniversary sun-grown, dude, light it up. Now, for you at home or in your car, your basement, wherever it is that you listen,
wherever you get this podcast,
I just want to say, I would think that you haven't heard this particular cigar on my list, so you would have to say, like, I already know what the number one is. Do you know what it is?
I do not.
It's what I'm smoking next because I saved myself one last one. It is the El Popo by Artisanal Tobacco.
Yes. Okay.
So, people, if you have not tried this cigar, you need to hunt it down, okay? First of all, congratulations to Artisanal del Tobacco for making what I thought was higher than it should have been. It should have been lower as in score, like, lowest is the best. For me, it's my number one cigar of 23. So that's a lot to be said because I smoke a lot of cigars and I smoke a lot of good cigars.
You do. You only smoke good cigars.
But they named it number 10. No. I think that's an honor. Right out of the gate, the first year you release a cigar and it makes top 10,
that's good.
And you don't advertise in Cigar Aficionado,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying. And so, hats off. We were very privileged in the fact that the guys, Billy and Gus, the owners, they sent us the pre-release, just had a white band on it. And we were like, okay, what's this going to be? And we smoked them, and it was like, holy shit, that was good. Well, then I didn't hear about them for several months, and I was just kind of like, did they decide not to release it? Did they? I mean, I didn't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden I see them released, and I'm like, holy shit. I mean, look how beautiful that cigar is.
That's
That
a good
is-
cigar.
And let me just tell you, like, they don't do anything half-ass. They've been working on this blend now for over 6 years before it came to market.
It's incredible.
They had this vision. But then you see with the old Viva La Vida, keeps the color scheme,
Yes.
but adds a whole new level of artwork.
Yes.
And this does not look like any of the Viva La Vidas. This is its own cigar. And holy shit, is it a damn good cigar.
They are good.
So, you know what? I just want to say thank you to them for sponsoring this show.
Thank you so much.
But
We
I also
appreciate it.
want to say, you guys sitting at home thinking that we are pumping up cigars that are not amazing. Yeah, this is number one on my list for this year, but it was top 10 Cigar Aficionado.
Okay.
And they don't advertise with them, so it was legit.
Well, if you recall, and you may or may not, when we were in Lubbock last month, and we sat on the
we
patio,
smoked
we
a
smoked
whole box of them. Like,
It was a fun night.
dude, let me just tell you this, too. Like, this cigar is so good, like, it can almost be a celebratory cigar.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not because we smoke so many of
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to be a celebratory cigar when we smoke it all the time.
Well, we celebrate a lot, right?
We do.
celebrate
We do.
a lot. Especially when we have good cigars.
But
Great
Hatch
cigars.
smoked this last night, and Vagina said it was amazing.
Yes.
And then we let Alfred smoke one, and he went on
and
throughout
on
the
and on.
entire cigar about, dude,
This
This
so
is good.
This is so good.
and it's like, I don't need you to give me your notes. I don't need you to give me how strong it is, how whatever, but just when you're telling me about every 15 minutes, you look over and you hold that cigar up and you go, dude, this is good.
I don't think it was as long as 15 minutes.
Well, but you know what I'm saying.
But he really enjoyed it.
Like
He really
when
did.
someone just holds up their cigar and says, this is good. It's like, you don't have to say it's the best. You don't have to say it's the most amazing cigar you've ever had. But you know what? We've smoked a lot of cigars together that you never mentioned a word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, hey, and starting next week, we're going to start adding in at least once a month a blind smoke.
Okay.
where either you or me,
Okay.
like we'll take turns. We're not going to do it together because then it'd be like two monkeys jerking each other off. So, you know what I'm saying.
Sadly, I do. Sadly, I do.
So, yeah, we're going to start doing that, and we're going to start doing some blind tasting on the bourbon because
That was fun the last show when Sean was here.
it opens up a whole new realm of experience because when you don't know what you're going to be drinking. Now, here's the thing. We're not going to just go off the deep end and start smoking shit or drinking shit.
Can't do it.
Right.
Not on this show.
But when you don't know what it is, it allows you to have such a fresh perspective that you get a certain kind of an enjoyment from it that you wouldn't get when you know what it is. You know what I mean? Like this. If you've never had this before and you're drinking it, you're thinking price-wise, that's a $30 to $40 bourbon easy.
That is so good.
But it's $14.
And you know what's sad, kind of, is they won't be open again until Tuesday.
That's why I went and stocked up.
I appreciate that.
Did you see my table?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, good
It's
thinking. Good
stacked
thinking,
full of
Rob.
bottles.
Good thinking. Strategic thinking.
So I get-
strategery.
For Christmas, I get money.
Yes.
And this year, my Christmas gift was basically $200. And I spent it all at the liquor store.
Good.
That's what you do.
And you get some value for it.
Oh, I got a lot of good value. This was the most expensive bottle, and this one was like 58. But all the other bottles were either 21. What's the early times? 23?
$23.99 over
So
there.
$23.99, and then I got 2 bottles of the Ball and Bond for $17.99, and then I got this bottle of this for $14.
That is crazy. That is crazy. And that is so good.
You know what's funny? When I was checking out the liquor store yesterday, I said, I got all these bottles on the table, and I'm like, hey, will $100 cover all of this? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh.
I have more.
I was like, okay. Well, I was hoping that I was going to break 100 instead of 2 because I had 2 $100 bills. And anyways, like 158, and I was like, wow, I was way off.
That's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah. So today, and to be fair, I didn't spend all $200 on booze. I did buy my wife lunch, so that left me like $24 left over. And I went in to get another Ball and Bond of the Benchmark. They didn't have any more, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try the $14 bourbon. And my hopes,
top floor.
My hopes were not elevated. You know what I mean? I was like,
I have high hopes.
And dude,
they hit it.
Now they have
that's a grand slam.
They have another, just their regular Benchmark.
Yeah.
A handle is $18.
Yeah.
And I asked the dude, I was like, have you tried that? And he's like, yeah. I was like, what did you think? And he's like, I thought it was pretty good. And I was like, man, I don't know if I could. $18 for a handle.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're going to be drinking sewage water.
Yeah, because you remember you had that experience with that very old Barton.
That
was horrible.
Yeah. Like that dude should be slapped.
With the back of the hand.
It's like, that's so good. If you don't like it, I'll buy it back. Instead, I just gave it to you, and you didn't drink it.
I did not.
That says a lot. Because I know you've been in like times where you're like, damn it, I don't have anything to drink. And you look over and you're like, and I ain't drinking that.
I got some beer in the refrigerator. I'll have a beer instead.
But that means a lot. Yeah. When you know you have some bourbon and it's like, no.
So, I've never told you this before. I did make an old fashioned with it.
Okay, how was that? Because I don't drink old fashioned. Still not good.
It wasn't great. Wasn't great.
So, I think I've only had one old fashioned in my life. And the interesting thing is, I was at the liquor store earlier today, that new one on sales. And they had a special box, and I think it was called like, I don't know, rejuvenation or something like mythical almost. And it was the Heaven's Door bourbon.
Okay.
And it was in a big box. And I was like, ma'am, can you tell me how much this is? I don't even know what it is. I never heard of it, but it's in a big box. So I'm like, fuck.
Give back.
And so she priced it. And it was like $58. And I was like, oh, well, that's not bad. Well, then I started reading the box, and it came with a fifth of bourbon from Heaven's Door,
Right.
but it also came with a bottle about this big with a screw-on eyedropper, and it was bitters that they make.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't drink whatever those are.
Yeah.
What's it called?
An old-fashioned.
Old fashions. The only one I've ever had was super sweet.
Yeah, they are sweet.
Okay, well, I mean,
kinda sweet.
bourbon to me is the sweetness level that I already like.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it sweeter.
Old-fashioned is a classic drink, and some people like them. Old-fashions, Manhattans. Some people like them, you know, and some people don't.
I used to like kamikazes.
Yes.
So, you know what I mean?
And you're still alive.
Oh, dude, we used to make kamikazes by the gallon.
Yeah.
Oh, you still got 5 more?
Yes. I
All
do.
right, rock and roll. Let's hear what you got. I don't
here we
know how I finished early.
I'm going to let that one go. I'm going to let that go.
You're like, you can't count. That's why.
You should be used to that. CAO, Amazon Basin.
Ooh.
Yes.
I should have put that on my list.
Yeah, well, it's okay. It's all right. All right. Tabanero, Connecticut.
Fantastic.
Yes, yep. And thanks to you, you turned me on to that. Padron 1964 Maduro.
Can't go wrong.
No.
Can't go wrong.
Cannot go wrong with that. The Ave Maria Argentum Perfecto.
You sure it's not Argentina?
It's not Argentina. It may not be Argentina. It's not Argentina. It's Argent something. Perfecto. And I haven't smoked one since probably the first half of the year. But I was on those for a while.
Okay.
Did enjoy them. Yeah, good.
I remember the last Ave Maria you talked about on the show. You were like, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I can't remember which one that was.
I don't remember either.
No, that one I was not a fan of. But this one I did enjoy. This is a dark one too. This is a darker one. I enjoyed that. And the artisano tobacco. I'm talking like you now.
El Popo. Yes.
Now, for the folks that don't know, El Popo is
The octopus.
Yeah, the octopus.
Yeah.
Great cigar.
And in fact, that's how we got on talking about James Bond not too long ago. Because we started talking about octopusy.
You all at home, can you see this cigar? This is a great cigar. And look, it's beautiful.
You know what? If you're watching the video, I'll actually put a picture of the cigar on the screen large.
Good deal.
But if you look behind Larry, right here, you see the sign that says Viva La Vida, blended by AJ Fernandez, Artisanal del Tobacco, Esteli, Nicaragua.
Yes.
So, you know what? We are honored to have them as a sponsor, and we appreciate them. And just let me just tell you guys, I mean, I'm not fucking around when I say only the best get to sponsor this show. And, hey, speaking of the best, you can't see it in the video, but I'll put a picture up. You see how it's this? If you can watch this video right now, there's no smoke in here, and we're both smoking it up. Mm-hmm. And if you look on the wall over here, we have a... what is it called? Rabbit Air?
Rabbit Air.
And, that's what it says right there on the side.
Yes.
Rabbit Air.
That's how I knew.
And it hangs on the wall.
I get new glasses. I can see it.
Dude.
It's quiet.
It's super quiet.
And
like
it
when we got
works.
ready to start the show, I was listening to my headphones and I was like, what's that fan noise? And I look up and I'm like, oh, it's the rabbit. Well, it's never been that loud. And, you know, I can't see the buttons because I hung it too tall for me. Mm-hmm. So I just stick my hand up there and start fingering around. And so anyway, I turned it down to the lowest setting and you can't hear it at all. But look, there's no smoke in here. It's like magic.
And we are smoking. We are smoking, people. We are smoking.
Dude, we don't ever not smoke.
That's true.
I mean, we're like on fire. Yeah. So anyway, hey, is that all of them?
Yes.
You're like, that's all of mine. Yeah. I don't know what happened to 5 of yours. So anyway, guys, hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to tell you about Cigar Talk Studios' top 10 bourbons of the year. And it's going to be very interesting list, and I promise you, it's all going to be really good bourbon.
Yeah.
You are a traditionalist. So, hey, don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging through the break. We've got our bourbon list ready for you, but we didn't talk about one of our sponsors, and the reason why I was like, you know what? It's my number one cigar of the year. So, I mean, I was like, even though, I didn't want to do a whole plug for them, but at the same time, I mean, you're my cigar of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't take that lightly. Like, I mean.
As you should not.
It's like, I don't take a lot of shit serious. You're aware.
Yes.
But I take my sponsors serious because
sponsors and the listeners
appreciate like the level of good their products are, the level of good their team is, their people, their practices, the way they integrate with the cigar community. Like all those are important to me. Now, could you just make a badass cigar and be a complete asshole? 100%, and I would still smoke your cigar.
Wouldn't be a sponsor, though.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
So when it comes to Artesano del Tobacco, it's like we're honored. And you know what? It's like,
Really are.
I was like, dude, that actually makes us look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
And we need all the help we can get.
that's true.
Especially you.
So, anyway, we switched gears on the bourbon that we're drinking. We're now drinking the Penelope, and it's the barrel strength. This is the 115.2 proof. And I took a drink before Larry had the opportunity. And right out the gate, I was like, wow, orange peel.
Yes.
A little citrusy.
You talked about it.
But then it like transpires into your traditional. Is that what that is? Or are you still on the top
I'm still
floor?
on the top floor.
All right. Well, I'm anxious for you to have this.
As soon as I finish this, I'm going up to the roof.
Awesome.
Yes. And then I might jump.
I'll be chanting for you.
I know you will. And
Do
pushing
it,
and
do
pushing.
It, do it. Go. So anyway, I'm enjoying the shit out of this, and I'm a fan of Penelope bourbon in general. Like I like the Architect.
That was good. That was good bourbon.
I did not care for the toasted, but that they're not making every bourbon they make for my palate.
Well, we need to talk to them about that.
But you know what
Get on board, people. Get on board.
You know what I'm saying, though? The master distiller, he's like,
I don't know Rob Jones.
yeah, fuck that dude. So, but no, I mean,
I had that jar.
there's
right here.
more than one palate out there.
That's right.
So every bourbon that's made is not for your palate.
Same with cigars.
100%. So it's like, it's not that they did a bad job. It's just that you don't
You don't
like it.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
You remember what you like. You remember what you don't like. Later on down the road, maybe a couple of years from now, somebody's like, hey, man, I got some Penelope toasted. And I'm like, well, I don't have anything, so I guess I'll have a drink. And then I might be like, holy shit, that's good.
Yes.
But you never know.
That's happened with me in some bourbons before.
100%. It happened to me
Right here.
with women I used to date.
Okay. Moving along.
Some of them got away. They had a pocket knife or something. Sorry. I didn't tell you that I just got through watching a serial killer series called Tell Me Your Secrets.
You talked about that last night. Yeah.
I can't recommend it because it was like, even though it was twisted and like some of it was well thought out, the first episode was lights out, holy shit. And then the next
Holy shit
9,
good or holy
shit good.
Okay.
And then the next 9 episodes, they like squeezed in a bunch of like Hallmark movie type shit to make it longer.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, y'all could have cut all that shit out and just had 6 badass episodes. We didn't need those other 4.
Have you ever noticed how I hold my profanity in while we're here?
No.
I do.
Hey.
And everybody else has too. But on the drive home, I let it out.
Did you?
No.
You mean when you leave here?
Yes. Yeah. And drive home.
You're like, slow ride. Cuss it easy. Yeah, I got it, man. So, anyway, we're going to name off our top 5 bourbons that we've had here at the studio. And because we don't keep track, we're probably leaving out some really good ones. But this is the best that I can do with how much I've had to drink.
This is the best you can remember. Just say it.
Yeah.
It's all I can remember.
But no, we turned some down.
Yeah,
we talked about it.
Yeah,
it was like, no, that one's not going to make the list. So anyway,
There'll be another list next year, though.
Oh, 100%. Because we're always. Oh, wait, we got a text message from
Text message?
Invite.
What's a text message?
I got a text message from Carlos that says, "Invite still open."
Come on.
Hell
Julio,
yeah!
come on down.
He's gonna love this.
Yes.
The top shelf.
I think you will.
You're like, I'm taking that with me.
Oh, I was going to take them both. I have deep pockets.
All right. Okay. So,
hey,
back
before you get started,
yeah.
can I say something?
Absolutely.
Oh, this is an open invitation. I want to give a shout out to Sean O'Connor.
Oh,
and I don't do that often enough. You know, we love Sean. If you're watching, listening, we love you, and we appreciate everything you do for us.
Let me tell you something.
Good friend.
As far as I'm concerned, and I thought about doing this year, and I kind of just let it go to the side because I have a lot of thoughts on shit we can do, and unfortunately, I mean, in order to do all the shit I think up, we would need like a team of 50.
Yeah.
But anyway, I talked about naming the Cigar Community Brother Sister of the Year. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to go ahead and give it to Sean O'Connor this year.
Got to do it.
I mean, the dude has proved himself many times.
Yes, he has. He has. And, I would not know Sean if it was not for you.
And I wouldn't know Sean if it was not for this show.
Yeah. Yeah. So
there are good things that come out of this.
Yes, there are.
Holy shit.
That might be the only thing. Sean, if you're listening, man, we love you, brother. We really do.
Proud of you.
Thank you for everything you've done for us, for the community, and just keep on rocking it, man.
I mean,
keep on rocking it.
Like, here's the thing. I don't think that Luciano Cigars realize yet, like, the gem that they got.
They will.
Like, no. I think they already know that they got a good dude. They don't know how good.
Yeah.
Like,
he's gold. He's gold. He's golden.
Yeah.
He's golden.
So, Sean, you are the Cigar Community Brother of 2023.
Yes, you are. Sean,
cheers, bro.
This is so good. This is so good. And I get that. You talk about that orange peel.
Right up front,
I get it.
But it dissipates quickly. Mm-hmm. It goes into your traditional, what I call traditional, where you get the sweet vanilla or more caramel, and then you get the oak. But 115 proof.
Ooh.
You don't know that, do you?
It's the only one I'm having because it's movie night.
What are y'all watching tonight?
Well, I'll find out when I get home.
You know what? Old Henry.
Oh, the previews look good. This is years ago. This came out some years ago.
And if you haven't seen Old Henry, I highly recommend it. It's a new movie I just seen. I believe it was made in somewhere between 2016 and 2020.
A new movie you just saw, not just seen, saw.
I seen it.
I'm going to get the little sign for you. Somebody used to work with gave me a little thing to put on my desk. Said, "I'm silently judging your grammar." Yep.
And then you know what I'm doing? I'm silently giving you the finger. You want to judge my grammar? You have found the chip in the armor, folks. Hey, Carlos!
Julio Gonzalez! Welcome. Come on.
Find a glass right there.
Yeah,
we have a bourbon that you have got to try.
At least a little bit of it.
It was a brand new bottle tonight.
Oh, Alfred's out there.
Is Alfred here too?
Alfred's there. Alfred is
Alfred?
there.
I don't know who Alfred is. That him?
That's
Yeah,
Alfred. That's
whoa.
Alfred. Alfred's
Come on
here.
in, bro. Yo, there's 2 chairs right there.
Yep. Sit down, be quiet.
We have a couple of
Get a glass.
special people in the crowd. Oh, dude, you grab
you
my glass. But no.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine,
I want
it's
you
fine.
to enjoy it. That is
Alfred
the
didn't
Opus X lead glass, like the real deal. And I had 2 of them, and I dropped one and broke it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Alfred didn't wash his glass. Start with the top
Dude,
floor.
benchmark top floor.
Got to do it.
$13.99.
Shouldn't tell him that.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. But if you
Because-
hadn't told him, he would not have known.
When you drink it, you'll be like,
Ooh.
y'all turn your heads. I'm going to jerk off right quick. That's what Larry did.
Remember what I said to you.
You have friends.
People I know watch this show.
But is it friends or just people you know?
Okay, fine. Yes. All right.
All right. You know what I mean? If it's just people you know, who gives a shit? I know a lot of people I don't give a shit.
My oldest sister said. See,
Sam is going holy shit. Sam is holy shitting on it.
that's some great stuff. Isn't that good? Oh, Julio liking it.
$13.99.
Benchmark. Oh, yeah, this is, yeah.
But that's a different.
Last
benchmark.
night we
That's
drank the Ball and Bond.
Yeah, that's not it. That's
And
different.
I think when you were here, you were drinking the full proof, which was 125 proof. That so so if you go to my liquor store right down the street,
Best price liquors.
Like,
what is
in
it?
Lubbock-
North 6 and Mockingbird, right?
yeah, North 6 and Willis, literally
close.
on my street.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
But when I was in Lubbock, like all of the benchmarks across the board were $22.95, and I was blown away. That's not how my boy down here does it on North 6th and Willis. The Ball and Bond is $17.95. The single barrel is like $18.95. The full proof is like $21.95, and the top floor is $13.99.
Pick this up at
Best price liquors.
Dude, I
North
went over
6
there to
and
pick
Willis.
up some more Ball and Bond. They were out, and so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll try the $13.99."
Another $1. Cha-ching.
benchmark. Can't miss. That top floor is good.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I didn't. You know what? I actually, because of the price, I was like,
Kind of scary.
Guessed. I would have never guessed
Yeah,
that was
that's good.
benchmark.
That's good.
and
Yeah,
you would have
that's
never
good.
guessed it was $13.99.
Yeah.
Now, when you get done with that, we have the Penelope
Penelope.
Barrel Proof, which is also
You're gonna
amazing.
like it. You're gonna like that. You're
And
gonna
then when
like
you
that.
get done with that, Carlos,
All right, easy.
we have Early Times, Old Tub, and Benchmark Ball and Bond. And then we also have leather gloves that cuff together and a ball gag.
Strap on, fellas. It's gonna be a bumpy night.
That's when you get done trying all of the bourbons. Lather him up, Larry.
Did he have more bottles on top floor?
Brazilian.
Oh, yeah, they did. They did. And, dude, what I haven't tried yet is just the regular Benchmark, and the handle is $18.99.
I think I have the regular benchmark.
Have you tried? Have you had it?
Yes.
Is it good?
Not as good as the Bottom Bond, and not even close to the top.
Okay, he says not as good as the two that we like. Now, Carlos enjoyed the full proof. For me, at 125 proof, I'm used to very high proofs, but I prefer it to be less heat. He didn't think it was very hot, but I'm spoiled because when I drink really hot shit, the more expensive it is, seems to be like, oh, that's like 90 proof. No, it's 130. So, but at $22, I give it a thumbs up for a full proof. Have you had the full proof, Sam?
I give it 2 thumbs up.
Have you had the full proof?
I haven't had the full proof.
The full proof is my third favorite one. Like, I did not care for the single barrel at
It
all.
was good stuff.
I did not care for the single barrel. I was disappointed because when you say single barrel to me, I feel like it's foreplay. You know what I mean? It's like single barrel.
I don't know what you mean.
And if it's barrel proof, I'm wet.
That top floor kills.
So,
Dude, top floor at $13.99
Bourbon of the year.
is
yeah.
we did a top 10 bourbon and that was on the list.
Yeah,
We just tried it today.
we're about to share the top 10 bourbon list. We are.
We already did the top 10. Now we're giving our top 5. So the top
We did not.
The first we didn't give the top 10?
No.
Oh, well, we talked about it.
Yeah. Before we got back on the show, we talked about it. And so I just finished talking about Sean, and I also want to say to the new listeners, I hope you'll listen again.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Let me tell you this.
But if you don't, I kind of understand.
Yeah, and I want to apologize to anybody. You know, I'm not here to offend people. It seems that way a lot of times, but that's not why I say what I say. Yeah. And on the last show, there was a segment when I said, if you hear like our top 6 cigars and you smoke them and then you don't like them, well, then don't listen to the fucking show. I take that back. I was kidding.
$1 more.
I was kidding. I did not
really.
mean that. If you don't like them, let me know that you don't like them. Let me know what. And you know what? I would love to talk to someone who smokes like our Pick 6 and doesn't like it. And the reason is I would like to know where you are in your journey. Because there's been lots of points in time in my journey that I've been like, I don't like that.
Well, you know, and we talked about those things before. And one of the things that happens sometimes, especially depending on where you get your cigars, do you get them at a shop or do you order your cigars online?
Both.
And if you order your cigars online, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking to the listeners. If you order your cigars online, do you let them sit before you smoke them?
Depends on how many cigars I already have.
Yeah. So, no, but
if I'm running low, I'm smoking that motherfucker.
Yeah. Get out of the box. Yeah, open the light.
I got a cutter in one hand, a box in squeezing between my knees, a lighter cutter.
But but we talked about this earlier. Sometimes you let cigars rest for a while, and they'll get better. You know, especially. Well, they'll get better. Even a good cigar, if it has not been maintained during travel, you're going to get something.
You know, the complete authority above all mankind said that you can take any cigar, a $2 cigar, and age it for a year, and it'll be a great cigar.
Well.
And that's Doug Worthington. And let me just tell you this, Doug, I completely appreciate your perspective because it's not often that I get to hear some complete bullshit like that, okay? You took it to a new level, and I'm going to call bullshit. You can take a piece of turd and age it for a year, and it's still a turd. Now, I will say, you can go the middle of the road cigars that are like still good, but at the bottom of your tier.
Yeah.
Age them for a year, they're going to be great. Yeah. But you can take a turd
be better.
and age it for a year, and it's going to be better, but it's still going to be a turd. You agree, Sam? I agree. I mean, you can't order like 10 cases of Quorum cigars and age them for 2 years, and they'll not be Quorum cigars.
Oh, they'll be number one on the list.
That's right.
That's not going to happen.
So I call bullshit Doug. That should be a new term. We should put that on the thing.
All right, okay.
What? That's bullshit, Doug.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this more often.
Yeah. So you know what? I actually do want to have Doug come over and be on the show.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would love to crucify him on the air. No, I mean, I would love to talk to him on the show.
I knew
that's what I meant.
I knew that's what you really meant.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't do this very often because I break this dude's balls at least, I'm going to say 15, 20 times a year. But condolences to Scott Fritz. He lost his father this week, and hats off to you guy. Condolences.
Yes.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah. As I am too.
Like, I can break your balls, but I'm not going to fuck with you on the week that you lose your father.
Let's give him 2 weeks.
Okay, I'm good with that too. I have a heart.
Monday is a new year. But no, seriously, Scott, we feel for you. And
I've been there.
Yeah. Yes.
You've been there.
Yeah, I have.
And it ain't easy. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, here's the part that like bothers me is knowing that his dad passed, and I will never get to meet his dad and be like, "What the fuck were you doing with this guy?"
Okay, all right, okay. See, that now even I'm gonna say, Rob, that's a bridge.
Reel it in.
That's a bridge. Yeah.
Reel it in. Yeah. Okay.
Come on back.
Okay, Scott. Sorry for your loss. That's what I meant. Anyway, should we do the list?
Yes. Let's talk about the bourbons. Again,
that was probably crossing a line.
Yeah, it was. If you might want to do some editing,
no, we are not editing that out. That was gold.
I'm going to take a sip of this Penelope barrel strength.
Very good.
All
right, guys.
This is 115.
Yeah, and I've had a few. Yeah. Anyway, let's name off our top 10 studio bourbons of the year, and what that means is it's not the best bourbon we've ever had.
The bourbons we remembered.
No, these are the top 10 bourbons that we have in the studio regularly.
Yes.
Early Times, Ball and Bond.
Oh, you're going. Okay.
I'm going to name off all of them.
No, let's alternate. So you did the Early Times, Ball and Bond.
I was going to help these people that are like, can the show be over?
And this is in no particular order. Old Tub, Bottled and Bond.
Benchmark, Ball and Bond.
Elijah Craig, Small Batch.
1792.
James Pepper, 1776.
Wild Turkey, 101.
Benchmark, Top Floor. Drinking it tonight.
Old Forester, 1920. Old Forester 100 proof. And let me tell you guys something funny is during the break we came up with this list. That's how we prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not like exact science.
We're doing this on the fly.
But we're like, hey, so you know like when that music plays for 8 to 12 seconds?
We're
writing all the shit down for the second part of the show, okay? So you're getting your money's worth.
Yes.
And so anyway, he says, well, what about the Old Forester that's 100 proof? And I'm like, well, which one is that? And he's like, it's Old Forester 100 proof. And I'm like, yeah, but what's the name of it? And he's like, that is the name. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm over here Googling shit. I'm like, he's full of shit.
This is a true story,
and
people.
I pull it up and it says Old Forester 100 proof. And I was like, oh, dude, look, you're right. And he's like, yeah, you've had it.
Yeah.
You've seen the bottle. And I'm like, all right. So, yeah, Old Forester 100 proof. What is it, $28?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And it's solid.
It is. It's a good, solid bourbon. Solid bourbon. And the last one on the list.
Oh, we have another one?
Yeah, there's one more. It was the Evan Williams, the 1783.
That's more than 10. And no, we didn't have that this year. That was the year before, and that was whenever me and Thick like called you and said, "Hey, bro, I don't know if you're busy, but we'd love for you to come over." And you're like, "Yeah, cool." And we're like, "Hey, well, can you bring bourbon?"
You're right. That was okay. So we'll do that one next year. We'll drink some more of it.
Yeah, we haven't had it in a long time.
Yeah, we'll have some next week, and then it'll be on next week.
But you remember that?
List. Yeah, I do remember.
You hung up and were like, "What a bunch of dicks."
No, because. You called. Y'all just said, "Are you coming over?" And I said, "Yeah, I can stop by." And then we got off the phone, and then I thought, they don't have bourbon. And I called back and said, y'all don't have any bourbon.
No. You said, what do y'all have to drink? Yeah. And we're like, I don't know. What are you bringing? You were like, you cocksuckers. All right, I'll go by the liquor store. Mm-hmm. And that is essentially how you join the group.
Yeah, pretty much. And,
you show up with bourbon when we ain't have none.
Come on in. No, it was because we hadn't.
That doesn't count for you, Fritz.
We had not had. You're going to be nice. We had not had the 1783 before, and I stopped at a store in South First called Oasis, and I asked about some bourbons, I want a bourbon. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money because I don't like these people that much right now.
And
they said, try the 1783. I bought it.
Who told you that? Was it the guy, the older guy?
I don't remember.
Because there's a guy that looks like he's probably 55 to 65.
Might have been.
And real friendly guy.
Okay. They're all friendly in there.
Yeah, but most of them don't know shit.
Yeah.
But this guy, he actually knows his shit and super friendly, kind of on the goofy side. But
Kinda
that
like
dude
you.
is always taking good care of me.
Okay.
He's like, oh, I see you're here without a helmet. Let me help you in. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, all right. So we're going to name off our rest of these, or we're going to name the top five bourbons that we've had in the studio this year.
I'm going to let you take that.
And number 5 is the Jack Daniel's Barrel Select Single Barrel Proof.
That was good. That was good.
It was 130 proof.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, traditional. You get the caramel, the vanilla. Yeah. You get the oak, and after that, it like tells into some like spiciness. And at 130 proof, that heat dies off like within 3 to 4 seconds after you take a drink. Yeah. Very impressed with them. And I'm not a Jack Daniels fan. Yeah. Like, you tell me you're drinking Jack Daniels, and I'm like,
gotta go.
Right down there's the Salvation Army, bro.
Yeah, you gotta go. So, and I will admit, I was we had that Jack, that special Jack.
Ooh. So this isn't on the list because Larry raised the stink about it being a rye, okay? But we
said we were going to do bourbon.
Right. You said bourbon, and you called me on it.
No, you said bourbon.
Okay. Either way, you called me on it.
I did, because that's what I did.
But a couple of weeks ago...
I'm trying to keep you honest. It's a full-time job.
There's been better people than you that tried that.
Thankfully, I'm retiring so that I can make this my full-time job.
Another man done gone. Remember that?
Yeah.
Maria DeVoe?
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, that was a great bourbon. But a few weeks ago, I think it was 3 weeks ago, at the Leaf, Vagina brings in the Jack Daniel's Barrel Select, a single barrel proof of rye.
It was more than 3 weeks, but yes.
And holy shit.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
I was blown away. And you know, I'm always like very hesitant to buy a rye.
Yeah.
Like, because my experiences on rye are all over the place. Yeah. That was the best rye that I've ever had.
That was a good rye.
The Knob Creek rye is a good rye.
That's a good rye too. Yeah.
I mean, there's been a few good ryes, but then there's also some ryes that I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like rye bread.
Ooh. Yeah.
See, if without I had the jar, there'd be another $1 in that now. Yeah.
So
I'm bringing the jar next week.
Cigars, not dollars.
Well, no, okay. There'll be another.
We're going to do a square jar,
for
and
cigars.
Every time I drop the F-bomb, I have to put a cigar in it.
Be better than $1. Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Yeah. So Sam said your sponsors better start shipping more cigars. So any of you sponsors out there listening, there you go. Dude, Carlos, you remember when you were here, you smoked the El Popo.
Oh, yeah.
Last night, Sam smoked it. And you know what? I was going to smoke it on tonight's show. And then I was like, you know what? It's the last one I got. I got to save it.
Where'd it go?
Don't worry about it, bro.
I wanted to make sure it was okay. I was concerned.
I just locked my side of the humidor. It's like, you want a cigar? You better be going in there, son.
How solid is this?
All right, here we go. The Jack Daniels we did. Okay, here's one that I don't know if you guys got to try. I know Carlos didn't, but you might have been there. But Ed brought up to the Leaf the Knob Creek 15-year. Dude, that was phenomenal. I didn't even know they made a 15-year. Like, I see that bottle, I'm like, what? I see the Knob Creek, what? And I'm like, 15-year? I didn't know they made it. I'm like,
yeah, they kept it around 5 years longer than the 10-year-old.
I'm like, who brought this in? and it was Ed.
Ed.
And I'm
Ed
like,
does those
dude,
things.
where did you get this? And he's like, I don't remember. I didn't even know I had this. It was in the back of my bourbon closet. And I'm like, can I come over? You know what I mean? I was like, what else are you got back there that you bought back when you were a youngin'?
If you have a bourbon closet, we'd like to visit and inventory the closet.
100%. We just want to make sure everything is stored properly and it's well maintained.
That's right. And you can't see us get out with the good stuff.
Right. And I'm thinking now, what is Ed, 74?
But yeah, he's about 74.
I say we just show up and take it.
Stop it.
What the fuck is that old man gonna do?
Stop it. Stop. Stop.
He's like, he was a Marine, but
Sam just nailed it. You haven't seen O. Henry yet.
did you watch it?
I've seen Old Henry.
Oh, you've seen the movie. Great movie. I was telling the people on the show, that's a movie you should check out is Old Henry if you haven't seen it. If you like Westerns, but you're also picky that you want it to be realistic.
Yeah.
Like this is a Western that you're actually feel like you're watching history be made.
I do want to see that. You know, I watched Sicario.
Oh,
You
no
remember
shit.
that?
Yeah.
So I hadn't seen it. I saw the second one earlier in the year, and then I watched the first one today.
Well, I know you feel like
movie
telling a
was
story, but we're in the middle of
no,
the
I'm
top
not gonna do that.
five.
I'm not going to do that.
You mind?
I thought we did 5.
No. Next one on the
I
list
had
is the 1792 Foolproof. You had that one, bro?
I love 1792, and that's one of my favorite drinks.
It's the smoothest bourbon on the planet. Like, if you want to talk smooth, 1792. What's that?
I prefer the 1792 bottle and bond.
Oh, well, yeah, if you can find it, all day long, ball and bond. Single barrel, all day long. Foolproof, all day long. Whatever I can find of 1792 other than just the regular. And the regular is lights out a standard.
Great bourbon.
How about a handle?
So I say, for me, what I go off of the bourbon standard, for me, is the regular 1792 and the regular Elijah Craig. Those two bourbons at $30 a bottle, depending on where you shop, those two bottles embody to me what bourbon is.
Yes.
I don't ever buy it by the bottle. I'll buy it by the handle. 1792, I always grab a handle.
Well, I don't see a lot of handles, so that's probably you going to the PA.
Pinky's has,
Yeah. Oh, Pinky's has it.
and they had the foolproof.
So, when I was at Pinky's not long back, I bought a bottle of the Old Forester single barrel. Have you ever had that?
Just recently.
So I had a bottle of the single barrel that our guy right up here was selling, and
Best price liquors.
$71.
6 in Willis.
No gouging, and these guys are selling it. And I mean, for like 4 or 5 weeks, I buy a bottle a week because it's so freaking rare. I can't believe he's even selling it. Anyway, long story short, that dude got in trouble because he ordered all 14 cases of it. And the owner of the franchise was like, that wasn't supposed to be available on your order. And he's like, sorry.
I've been selling it.
And they're like, well, we need you to send it back because it's for a restaurant purchase. And he's like, all right. And he's like, how many cases out of 14 do you have left? And he's like, 2. But it was fantastic. It was amazing. It was my bourbon of the year. Well, the last bottle I bought was a Barrel Select by Pinky's, and I did not care for it at all, bro. It was 130 proof, and it drank like it was 140 proof. I thought it was too hot. It still had the flavor, but it was just too hot. The regular non-store pick was like drinking butter from a cow's tit.
They're called teats.
Teats. Yeah. I've never actually milked a cow.
I haven't either, but I want you to keep that.
I milked a dude once.
I'm doing everything I can to keep a PG rating on this show, and you're fighting me on it the whole 9 yards.
I'm like, no, this is PG-16.
I'm bringing the F-bomb jar over here.
Is there a PG-16 or is that 13 only?
I think it's 13 only.
Do they have a 16? They should do a 16.
Sam knows. He goes to the movies all the time.
They should do a PG-17. You know what I mean? It's
that's called NC-17, and there's some stuff there that.
Woo, yeah, but that's non-17 allowed.
Yeah,
like you can't be like I'm saying a PG-17 so that like you look at it and go, all right. So what can a 17 hear?
They can hear everything that's said. And that's the problem.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are like, oh, they're only 17. They shouldn't know that you're shaving your ball sack.
Okay. So anyway, Cigar Talk fans, what else can I talk about?
All right, let's talk about the rest of the bourbon.
Okay.
All right, here we go, guys. And I don't know if you know this one. New Riff Single Barrel.
Oh, the New Riff.
Have you had it?
Yes.
Love it.
I've been buying.
Dude.
Best price has the best price.
Oh, dude. And what is it, 51? 48?
Okay.
Because the Ball and Bond was 41, and I want to say the
99.
Yeah. So under $50.
That's only at best price. Everywhere else I've seen it's 58 to 63.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a reason why that's my shop. You know, I invited the manager guy to come over for a show. I've been talking to him. Dude, I've been talking to that dude for 2 years.
He's probably scared.
I figured that.
Yeah, he saw you and he's scared. Like, I can't do
I showed him a picture of the van, and he's like,
no, that's a murder van.
I know you got candy, but I ain't coming over for that.
Not getting in the murder van, people.
All right, the next one is the Elijah Craig Barrel Select by H&H Single Barrel Proof. Have you have that? Is $100. I bought a bottle this year, and let me tell you what, it was worth every cent. Like, Larry told me I can't give you the example of what it was like.
Yeah.
But so
PG rating.
For a PG rating, it was like, you know how like you normally just when you're just in a hurry, you might use some Jerkins.
Here we go, people. Here we go.
This was like jerking off with maple syrup.
I want everybody to know I tried. Oh, hold on.
The maple syrup. You know what I mean, though. It was golden. Not like showers, but like maple syrup. Really, really good. No, I highly recommend it. Like, I predict Cigar Talk will buy another one of those bottles within the next 3 months. Now, that's number 5. There you go, guys. Thanks for listening to the show, and until next time,
life is short. Smoke with a friend.
Until we meet again, happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again.